I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh Shevchenko. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, my friend and yours, Angel Ortega. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. By a lot, I mean we got some fights, we got some some sponsors to talk about. Chiefs going to be back this week. Very excited for that. How about Oklahoma City Thunder, best team in the NBA? There's a lot we could discuss on this episode of the Courtside Soundoff podcast. So, anyways, folks, before we break into all that, oh my God, I didn't even say UFC 322 Fight Week. It's a huge card going down this week in New York. Big fan of it. Love that main card. Happy to see Bo Nickel on the prelims finally. Yeah, man, all great, man.
He was happy too, by the way.
He was happy.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. I mean, he should be, because like honestly, the best thing for his development is to stay the fuck off the main card and let him have some actually good. I feel like we'll talk about him in a few minutes, but that's besides the point. I was about to go on a whole tangent. Regardless, guys, as always, brought to you by food sponsor of the show, Rogue Energy, ELYXR, and BetMGM. Rogue Energy keeps you fueled up when I'm at the gym, at home, or I'm doing this podcast. They help me get to the finish line. They can help you as well with our amazing products. Use code SOUNDOFF at checkout. Once again, code SOUNDOFF, all caps, when you spell the brand's name for 10% off of Rogue Energy's products. ELYXR, I don't know if I want to get into the politics aspect of this, but, ELYXR, while they're still around, please go to ELYXR.com. Use code SOUNDOFF for 10% off. Once again, all caps. For the unaware, they just did pass a bill in the as a part of the government shutdown. They included a clause, because our politicians are all paid by the alcohol lobby, to ban hemp. So that would mean CBD, Delta 8, Delta 9 will all be banned for the next year, barring some sort of resolution or another bill passing. So love it. And Angel, I'm sure you're very excited. I know how much you love your Delta 8 gummies. Yeah. Jokes aside, folks, go to ELYXR.com while you still can. They still have some great products for the moment. And then also BetMGM. Man, I feel like we talked about the UFC thing last week, and now do you see the thing going on in the MLB?
No.
Oh my God, dude! They arrested 2 Cleveland Guardians pitchers for fixing games.
Well, dude, there's all this. I remember I was at another podcast, and I think I mentioned to you the whole Turkish soccer situation with all that. And like I remember in the same podcast, the guy made a good point. He's like, dude, this is a global issue right now in sport. Like this all sports shitting shit. He's like, dude, we literally have a guy who's getting investigated in the World Series for allegedly betting.
Yeah.
Games or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't remember what the actual allegations were against Ohtani, whatever they were.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to either. And I know that, like I said, it was his interpreter. I know everybody was like making jokes that like, oh, dude, I'd throw the interpreter under the bus too for Ohtani.
But someone, and look, we're not
and
saying.
Maybe I'm not saying he did. I'm just joking.
No, we're not saying anybody did. But me and another buddy were joking about this, and we were like, let's be honest, bro. If you're Ohtani, you go up to the guy and you're like, bro, come on, I got your family. You'll be taken care of in there. Just
take the fall.
Just take the fall from me. Come on.
Yeah. What did oh my God.
The dude's making a ridiculous amount of money. He's gonna be, if you're the interpreter and for some hey, not saying this is how it's going down, but if that was the scenario, hey, a few years in jail and you'll come out and Ohtani will take care of you.
It's like how, former Vikings legend Chris Carter in the NFL was like, dude, you always need a fall guy if you're at the top level, which, by the way, hilarious thing to say is like an analyst at the time. He was like working for NFL Network. He's like, yeah, for all the young players out there, you always need a fall guy. You need somebody to like, it's like, I mean, he's not wrong, but Terry Rozier needed a fall guy. These Cleveland Guardians pitchers apparently needed a fall guy. There was whenever the story came out, it was like one of them got arrested and the other one was like, the other one's not currently in custody. So I was like, oh, is it like an OJ situation? Or like, I still don't know what happened with the other pitcher. The juice on the loose. God, dude, did you ever, this is so off topic, but I only recently remember this. Did you know that OJ Simpson had like a prank show after the whole murder thing? You didn't know this? Oh, well, excuse me, he didn't do the murder.
Dude, there's some Steven Seagal shit with him being like deputized and having that show where he's like a cop or a sheriff or whatever.
So that was a thing, but that's not what I'm talking about. It was called like Juiced. And like he had his own little show, and like I think he was trying to get it on like HBO or something, or Stars, one of those like premium cable channels in like 2007. And it was like there was one sketch where like he pops out from a corner. He's like he's gonna stab somebody. He's like you know, like. I mean, holy shit, dude. And then he ended up going to prison for the robbery, bro. I mean, just insanity. So anyways, BetMGM. If you guys want to go ahead and follow the link down below, you can get up to $1,500 in bonus bets paid back. It's if you do not hit on your first entry with BetMGM. Fantastic product, fantastic sponsor of the show. We both use it personally. You know, hey man, I'll say this. If you go ahead and just bet on the Oklahoma City Thunder, you're not going to need to worry about those bets not hitting. 12-1? 12-1, Angel. Best team in the league. I had to hear all about how, oh man, Hallie, the only reason the Thunder won is because Hallie got hurt, and maybe that's true, but man, they're coming back with
He said maybe
that's true, but they're coming back with a vengeance this year, boy. I mean, we've had Chet missing for half the season and Jalen Williams not playing at all. Lou Dort out with injury, still 12-1. So shout out to my people down in OKC. Love to see it. But Angel, we can go ahead and move on. I won't bore the people with basketball talk anymore. Because we do have some UFC to discuss. UFC Vegas 111 going down from the UFC Apex, Las Vegas, Nevada. And you know what? I say this, and I always do the depressing tone because it is depressing if they're in the UFC Apex. But this card, if it were like in front of like a crowd, it like probably would have gone pretty hard. If I'm being completely honest with you, like this main card was excellent, a lot of fun fights, man. In that main event, Gabriel,
you could have had this shit in Battlefield, Missouri.
Dude, yeah.
That's a real place.
That's a real dude. Muskogee, Oklahoma, bro. Literally, like Gary, Indiana. Throw it anywhere, and they're like,
there's a specific one you would always say. I can't remember.
Oh my god, Tati Palace, was that it?
No, there was like a few random ones you were gonna mention. I think Bellator had a show at this place, and you would joke about it a lot. Funny enough.
Oh my god. Oh shit. What is it? It's like a reservation.
Is it Wyoming?
Oh my god. I just gonna look at Bellator Athletic Commission because they would work with them all the time.
That's funny.
Oh, the Mohegan Sun. The Mohegan Sun. I think that's what it is. Yeah, they would have like those shows with the Mohegan Sun like all the time, and they would work with them like overseas.
Wait, where at?
Oh man, I want to say it's like
Thackerville, Oklahoma.
Thackerville, Oklahoma. Oh my god, that's a different one. But yes, they did do multiple shows in Thackerville, Oklahoma, which by the way, nothing. It's a nothing city. There's nothing there. It's to be fair, you said about like almost the entire state.
But this could have been in Thackerville, Oklahoma.
This could have been a Thackerville, Oklahoma card, and it would have been like crazy. They could have thrown the shit in Wichita or something. Just like, like I'm just saying, man, let's just be creative with it, brother. Anyways, main event, Gabriel Bonfim knocks out Randy Brown. Excellent knee. Some people had an issue with the stoppage. I didn't at all.
I couldn't see the eyes. I really wanted to see the eyes and get a good vision because it looked.
I could see somebody's point, but at the same time, like it looked like he went out cold and then woke up when he was on the mat. And whenever that happens, I'm genuinely in favor of stopping it. Because like, do you get those rare situations where it's like Michael Bisping coming out after like getting knocked out by Anderson Silva and then like winning the round? Freak stuff happens in MMA.
Check Congo.
That's another good example.
Where's Pat Barry?
How often does that happen versus like a dude gets knocked out, he wakes up on the mat, he just gets pounded out, knocked out again. You know what I mean? Like, feels like that happens a lot more. So, look, good win for Bonfim. I was impressed. I'm somebody who thought Randy Brown was going to kind of gatekeep him here because Bonfim's kind of had some so-so performances after kind of coming in real hot.
Did you get a lot out of this, though? I felt like, I don't know if you saw MK, but Luke was kind of like, I didn't get anything from this.
Yeah, I mean, Luke doesn't get anything from anything. I mean, being honest,
I was going to make a crazy joke, but I had to hold it back.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I mean, look, I got from it that he still can be the guy that we had hoped he can be when he came to the UFC. This is not when he came into the UFC and he was on a tear for his first few fights, and we're thinking, like, if you would ask me, do you think he could beat Randy Brown?
By the way, it was much shorter than what you remember. It was 2 fights. I actually had to look back at it.
Yeah, it was only 2 fights, but it's how he won those.
And it was in front of that Brazilian crowd, which I think did play into it.
Yeah, I mean, and at that point, Monier Lazez was, like, honestly pretty solid, too. Trevin Giles was looking solid. He lost to Nicholas Dahl, but that was like a fight of the night, just back and forth.
And then on top of that, his brother iced Terrence McKinney on the same card.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's probably just a combined hype of the two brothers. But, he came in undefeated, getting finishes. So I don't think it's that crazy to see to have that hype behind him. But yeah, like if you would have asked me, like after a few fights when he came in, he was 15-0, I would have been like, do you think he could beat Randy Brown? I'd be like, oh, yeah, sure, man. He looks like he has a potential. But then he had those kind of so-so performances. And going into this one, I wasn't really sure. So for me, it's like, Can I take a lot away from this? Not necessarily, but is he possibly as good as I'd hoped still when he first came to DC? Yeah, I still think the potential's there. That's what I was saying last week. Like, if he loses this one, it's like, okay, well, he's not nearly as good as we thought he could be. Like, the potential's not really there. The potential's there, I still think. You kind of like agree with that?
I mean, he has to break that barrier. I just don't know if he will be able to. They did a thing on MK where they were like, they went through each like the top 7, 8 guys and like, do you think you could beat this guy? Do you think you could beat this guy? And they pretty much said no to the vast majority of the welterweight division.
All right, we do that ourselves. How about this? Do you think he beats Bilal Muhammad?
You know, with how good Bilal's looked in his recent fights, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that's where I feel. Sean Brady.
Fucks now.
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Fucks now.
Leon Edwards. I'm gonna go. Yeah.
I think we'll know after this week.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Leon Edwards. No, and I love Leon, but unless he turns in like just a
actually, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I don't think
show some respect to the former champ. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I think we'll know after this week. I think the answer will be a lot clearer after this week.
It's true. Kamaru Usman.
Fuck, dude. Old man kind of brought it back. I ain't gonna lie.
Unk kind of brought it back.
Unk kind of cooked, so I'm not gonna lie. I'll pick Kamaru in that one.
Yeah. Ian Machado Gary.
No. Absolutely not.
Joaquin Buckley.
I think that actually might be his worst matchup.
I actually agree with you. Yeah. Joaquin Buckley.
That sounds like a good ass fight, actually. I think that should probably be the next matchup.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I agree with you.
I actually don't know.
So how about this?
I'm gonna go yes. I could see him.
That's what I'm saying. It's not do you think he will win, it's can you see him win?
I could see him winning that.
Okay, Michael Morales.
Shit, if he wins this week, it's definitely a no.
All right. Carlos Prates.
Sounds like a fun fight too.
All right, so like we got like 3 maybes out of 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
But granted though, that's still like breaking that barrier, and it's maybes. They're not even yeses, so it's kind of like,
where I'm at with it too.
You know what I like to say? If it's a maybe means no. So
you're not wrong, maybe. And if they don't tell you yes, then it's all it's definitely a no. Because they would just say yes, right? Like, come on, fucking A, right, guys? But anyways,
I will say that now that we talked about it though, the matchups are intriguing to me though. Going forward, which is good. That's a good thing.
Like, I'd watch him fight any of those guys.
Like, it isn't dreadful. We're not like, fuck, dude, that fight. Like, I don't think that's gonna be fun for him to do or go through. But
look, I'll say this: he's throwing some bangers, man. Like, even if you don't think Gabriel Bonfim's gonna be a champion or anything, and I don't think he will be. Just to be clear,
he's 28 though. There's a long time.
Yeah, and I think he has and he's in the top 10 now. I think he has top 7 potential. Maybe he won't break that barrier.
He needs to cross that line, and I mean, he already crossed the line. Randy Brown couldn't cross really.
Yeah, and I say top 7 because like Joaquin Buckley 7, and I think he could be Joaquin Buckley. So that's where I'm at with it. But I think it's a logical fight to take next, or maybe the loser Morales Edwards. I think those both make sense. And Carlos Prates, God, that'd be a fun fight. But there's a lot of fun fights for. Fuck me, dude, dying right now. There's a lot of fun fights for Gabriel Bonfim right now. Is what I'm saying. Nonetheless, I don't have too much else to say on there. Co-main event, Joseph Morales, solid win. I love Matt Schnell. I wasn't shocked at this result though, and now Joseph Morales in the top 15. Give me your thoughts, man.
Solid. We need this for this division. Oh, I mean, and granted, we've been raving and talking about 125 for years now.
And now, like, people are finally picking up. Like, you see people online be like, oh, man, flyweights are actually kind of like a random flyweight fight on an undercard is like almost guaranteed to be a banger,
Most definitely. And look, I said it when he won. I'm like, dude, this guy looks prepared. This guy will be ranked at like very quickly. He did it fast. And going forward, like, I am super excited to see like where he'll peak at, how far he can make it, because he looks good. He looks absolutely good, and hopefully we got to increase the level of difficulty. We got to make the matchups harder. We got to start testing him, because he's won these. He won his tough fight. He won against Matt Schnell, who's obviously been on the declining end. He's kind of an action guy, do or die kind of good, but you don't necessarily look at Matt Schnell as title contender. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And look, Justin Morales is a guy that had the unfortunate reality of, going back 5-6 years now, whenever the UFC was going to close down the flyweight division. That's another reason why he ended up being released in the first place. He was 1-2, not even a bad record, and the loss of Davison Figueiredo and Eric Shelton wasn't bad losses at the time. He always had the potential, and so now it's really fun to see this guy like came in through tough. And he took off 3 years of MMA. Like, he missed after being released. He didn't fight for a long time. So for him to come back, it's honestly a really cool story. And even beyond the fact it's a cool story, he's good on the mat. He looks comfortable on the feet. I wouldn't say he's excellent, but he looks comfortable on the feet. He wasn't panicking against Machinello, who can throw some bombs.
He's confident in there. You see it. Like, he has a certain level. He has presence in the octagon. He has certainty. He knows what he wants to do when he goes in there.
Exactly.
And his team is like hella behind him. You can see that they're like, fuck yes. Like, we know what we have with this guy.
He's probably, of all the tough winners in recent memory, I think he does have the highest ceiling. Like, I mean, at least of the last.
There was guys we've hoped for that we thought looked good, and I mean, hopefully, if at some point maybe Battle makes it back.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah,
and even then, when he was last pick in the fucking end of the season, ended up surprising, and then even surprised once he got into the UFC and had good performances, and unfortunately, because of I'll say probably lack of discipline, was unable to make win a few times, and which unfortunately then led to his release. But look, nevertheless. We are here now, and is this the quickest we've had? This is probably the quickest a guy has gone from unranked to ranked.
It has to be. It has to be.
Can you think of any other instance?
I can't even remember. Like, Brian Battle wasn't ranked, right? Or maybe he was he was 15 for like a minute. But like,
I think he snuck in, but I don't know. But he didn't make it. There was no.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
And granted, 125.
It's not a deep division, but he is still 3-0 in the UFC. Like, it's not that crazy for him to be ranked, And Matt Schnell has been a top 15er for a long time, so it kind of makes sense, And I feel bad for Matt Schnell because, like, I don't want to say this because they haven't cut him yet, and I feel like they could, but like, what is that? Like 5 losses in his last 7. Like, it kind of sucks. Guy always puts on fucking bangers, man. So I hope they don't cut him, but
at a certain point, though,
it's like, yeah,
you got to maintain a standard.
Exactly. Shout out Chris Barnett. Poured one out for Chris Barnett, Huggy Bear being released this past week. I mean,
you went outside with your bottle of Hennessy and your do-rag, and you were like,
dude, literally, I was pouring. I threw something up on the grill for Chris Barnett, man. I was so sad, man. My boy Huggy Bear, I mean, him knocking out, oh my God, John Vellante is one of my favorite MMA moments of all time.
He was pretty sick.
Yeah, me and fucking, oh my God, like literally, Nate, just like.
I can't believe they released like the second best fighter out of Spain.
Yeah, dude, you're right. Yeah, that was an awful cut. Anyways, Euros Medic knocking out Muslim Selikov in 1 minute 3 seconds. Solid win for Euros Medic, man. Muslim Selikov coming in like with some. I mean, the best. I mean, besides like Joe Flacco, the best 41-year-old alive.
Or he's just a sneaky one though at 170. Like, I don't know if I imagine him. I don't know how far he'll make it.
I could see him cracking top 15 one day.
He could, but like he's always been there, like in the background. He fights like once or twice a year too. He's not necessarily a guy that gets pushed a lot, but
and he's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
Like even just take a look at his UFC. I didn't realize until we looked at it right now. No decisions in his UFC run. Not a single one. He's either getting knocked out, putting you out, or submitting you, bro. Or he's getting submitted. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, man. He's a fun guy. I don't know how far he's going to go. I think top 15 is possible. I mean, he's 32 at 170. That's not that old. He's got a few more years of a window, but yeah, man. Still, at the very least, a fun guy. I hate seeing Muslim Selikov lose, but what are you going to do, man? Chris Padilla, knocking out his own Bob fame.
Taco meat.
Love taco meat.
Just going by taco now, though.
Just going by taco. Okay. Apologies. Taco Chris Padilla, or Chris Taco Padilla, which I don't know if he's. Some guys have the nickname before, some people have it in the middle. I don't know, but regardless, Taco, 30 years young, 4-0 in the UFC, a lot of potential.
I don't know why I just thought about Seth Rollins.
What?
Seth fucking Rollins.
Seth fucking Rollins, dude. Yeah, I've not watched WWE.
For you younglings out there, freaking Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah, I haven't watched WWE in a long time. I don't know what's going on with
that.
Yeah,
dude, you watch AEW because you're a Sigma.
I'm Chad actually. But I mean, I honestly like I had a boy out at St. Louis who was at what do they have? Is it AEW Wrestle Dream or something? I don't remember what the name of it was, but they had a pay-per-view out in St. Louis and I didn't know. And if I knew about it, I probably would have drove down because the card was just a fucking banger. John Moxley and Darby Allin in the main event. Sting came back. Shit was sick. But anyways, it was, dude. I love Sting.
Dude got his wrestling boner right there.
Dude, I honestly, dude.
Can you stand up for the camera, dude? Are you chubby?
I can't, dude. It's a good thing I wore my compression fucking underwear, bro. Honestly, because like.
Dude's fucking chugged right now. You guys can't see. I mean, I can't see it either. Just to clarify.
But of course not. I mean, I actually only have one leg, Angel. So.
Jesus Christ.
But Yeah, man. I mean, hey, man, it was sick, dude. I wouldn't watch wrestling anymore, but I mean, when this cool shit happens, I'm still like, oh, that's some sick shit, you know. But yeah, man, solid win for Chris Padilla. How about Chris Padilla not getting a bonus either? So yeah, not gonna say a lot about that, but I'm sure you guys all saw that. So pretty depressing.
People on Twitter were like, if he didn't beg, maybe he would have got it. You know how Twitter is.
Yeah, I know. MMA fans are just the worst people on the planet. CLD knocking out Marco Tulio. God, dude, I love me.
Dude, this one was a tough call too, because I think Tulio was like, what was he? I'm looking at it, minus 160 on the betting line.
Yeah, and I get it because like I love CLD. I've always thought he has potential, but he's very much a boom or bust. Like he's gonna go out there and put on like the greatest knockout you've ever seen, or he's gonna lose a low output decision. So yeah, man. I mean, I was impressed with this win, man.
6-2 now in the promotion though, and then 2 back-to-back bonuses.
Yeah, and
insane finishes.
And only 30 at middleweight, where there's not really a lot of grapplers either. Like,
I mean, they could give him who are the last 3 at 85 right now?
Joe Pyfer, Marvin Vettori, Paulo Costa. You could easily throw him in.
I mean, you could. I mean, it'd be a great fight. It'd be a great fight.
I'm at the point where Michael Page at number 10.
You could do Vettori, but I think Vittori's booked though.
I believe you're correct.
Let's give Vettori an unranked fighter too, right?
Yeah, he's fighting. Yeah, Bruno Ferreira. Yeah,
that's a good
if he wants to be like Joe Pyfer, I believe is currently unbooked. So that would be a very interesting.
I feel like they're gonna book Pyfer up. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they're gonna give him like I don't even know Robert Whittaker or something. I don't even know some shit like that.
Dude, fucking Robert Whittaker's on that physical. Was it physical 100?
Physical 100, yeah, with Manny Pacquiao and
a bunch of other.
Sexy Arnold was in the first season. I think.
Semtex.
Yeah, Stamp was in there. Yeah, I gotta watch that. I don't know anything about it, but like I see clips and it looks
the
crazy.
Japanese gal who fights in PFL, formerly Bellator.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know her name. Anyways, yeah, it looks like a fun show.
I see her face too, and I can't think of it.
Yeah. Anyways, Jamal Emmers defeating Hyder Emil. Solid win. Jaime Barcelos defeating Ricky Simone. Another dude, Jaime Barcelos
ended up being kind of like a low key banger of the night too.
Yeah, well, and also Jaime Barcelos. I mean, also he beat Peyton Talbot, and that loss is like for Peyton Talbot, man. That loss is aging really well, man. He's riding a 4-5 win streak. Cody Garbrandt.
In hindsight, it doesn't look as bad as they did at the time.
Exactly,
or as like or how people perceived it. At the time.
You lose to a 38-year-old bantamweight, everybody's like, "Oh, bro, you blow." But then it's like, I mean, he does blow. But I mean, in Jaime Barcelos has won a couple in a row now, so you know, it's a defensible loss. Jackie Cavalcanti defeating Mara Buenasilva. Man,
she's sauced up MBS, dude.
It really, you know, I really don't want to say that's that, but I mean,
you could losses, do it.
I mean, she's 0-5, not 0-5. She's 0-4 in her last 5. She had the one no contest in there because she tested positive for
Adderall.
Yeah, so there you go. But I feel bad, man. I still think, God, MBS fell off a cliff, bro, and it makes me sad, you know. I still think
I did enjoy that little MBS run in hindsight.
Yeah, and she's a dog. Like anytime you see her in an interview, like didn't she say like she went into a sauna this week, like as dressed as a man because she had to cut that weight and like women aren't allowed in like this particular sauna, so she just dressed up like a man. She's like, fuck it, I got to do what I got to do, you know.
Yo, shout out her.
She's a dog.
That's some hardcore dedication right there.
That is. Your boy Josh Hokett winning in first round. Max Eunice.
I didn't rewatch his interview because he did say some crazy shit.
He did. And you know what, dude? I mean, here I was thinking, you know, like the UFC's really struggling right now.
But dude, I can't deny it.
Is another Colby Covington clone.
I can't deny it though. But his is funny though. He's actually kind of funny.
He's just saying the shit the last 5 guys said, man.
I can't.
I know you,
but I love those videos where it's like X mentality and it's you know exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
I love that one where he's like Michelle Obama's a man.
Yeah,
I know you hate that shit.
Oh my god!
But it cracks me up.
I know it cracks you up, but for me, it's like
it makes me laugh.
I'm just tired.
But you also know that I don't believe the shit he's saying.
No, I'm not saying that.
Because you know there's guys sitting at home with their fucking Bud Light who are like, yeah,
yeah, dude. They got.
Those are the guys I'm sitting with watching.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, literally. Whenever I go over,
no, they're not those guys.
I know, I'm kidding, but sometimes whenever like you know, sometimes they are like that, bro. And then sometimes walking in there, it's like a Jubilee video, bro. Like I feel like I'm fighting for my life.
You're on that side,
literally, and I'm like, it's like all of them over there, and it's like, no, the Iraq War was bad. Like it's not good to kill civilians.
I don't think they would have ever talked about that.
I'm kidding. I'm just throwing a crazy example out there.
But this was an exciting win, though.
No, and look, the reality is that this guy is a former NFL player. who's a former collegiate wrestler. I believe he's undefeated. He does have potential. I think it just
take the character out, take everything out. Like you look at the performances, you look at the builds.
It's annoying to me that like in 2025 we still have guys who are like, I'm gonna do the Chael Sonnen and Colby Covington bit down to a T, and I'm just gonna rip everything they do word for word. I
don't think he's bad at it though. That's the thing. I think he's getting away. I think you can do it as long as you're not doing it in a shitty or bad way.
And he's better than Colby. At least he could say the lines without stumbling over them.
Yeah, he goes. He does have. This guy does have delivery. You got to give him.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's got the gift of gab and the gift of jab. That's all you need as far as I'm concerned. Because Colby Covington would go out there and be like, "What did he say?
Seventh layer
of hair, bro. Oh my god, there you go. There's Leon Edwards' dad's in the 7th layer of hair, and like whatever the hell, dude. Like."
Some of the crazy shit that I've heard said in this
would say like the most racist line of all time, but like he would like stutter a third of the way through it, so it's like I can't even be offended.
And then he would go out there and fucking single leg you and get you up against the cage.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder Kamaru Usman once I see you in there on Saturday night. And he goes in there.
They did go to war those 2 fights, so
Kamaru's not a good example. Fine. How about Robbie Lawler?
Well, when he fought Jorge,
dude, the Jorge one was egregiously bad.
By the way. It's so sad, like the build up, the intensity. This was like a movie.
You know what? I didn't. It was a fight though.
No, that shit was dog shit, bro. It was a movie level build up for such a shit fight. I'm gonna say it openly.
That's true. Well, and I think
And by the way, the fact that the promotional video did not include any videos of them being friends or any of those documentary
it's literally
type
one
videos.
of the only bad blood like rivalries you see.
And
like,
dude,
actual
dude, that shit is Warrior in real life, dude. Fuck the movie Warrior, dude. I had Warrior in real life. Unfortunately, though, the fight in the movie Warrior was better than the fight I got in real life.
The rematch at Poppy Steak, though. The rematch at Poppy Steak was a banger from what I've heard.
No, but he fucking clotheslined. He got clotheslined by Jorge, dude. Come on. He snuck him, bro. Come on.
He snuck him.
Jorge snuck him, bro. Come on. That ain't part of the hood code. Come on,
dude. Jorge did say that years ago. I remember seeing that interview on Hawaii like 10 years ago. It's like, yeah, dude, you know what I got? I got a good sucker punch in a 50-yard, like a 40-yard dash. It's like, damn, Jorge. I guess he was not kidding.
He wasn't lying.
He was not lying. Yeah, man. Denise Gomez defeating Tisha Pennington, solid win for Denise Gomez, kind of passing that test. Daniel Marcos defeating Miles John, solid there, and Zachary Reese submitting Jackson McVeigh over the card, solid fight there as well, getting 50K in the main card. Prelim opener. So yeah, man, solid card. I mean, like I said, if they would have thrown this one in Thackerville, Oklahoma, I'm sure the people would have been going crazy. So, anyways, nonetheless,
it's fight week.
It's fight week, guys. You know, man, I said to you this morning, I was like, you know, man, maybe I'll just move to New York City. I mean, it feels like, I could just say for myself, the Ring does a lot of events in NYC. You got MSG this Saturday night, UFC 322 going down from the illustrious Madison Square Garden. New York City, New York, in the main event, dude. I'm not gonna say that. Islam Makhachev
and New York.
No, I was gonna say between if there's a win this week for Islam Makhachev right after Zoran's win, dude, like that's gonna be big for the Muslim community out there, man. I mean, jokes aside,
the better question is he gonna be in attendance?
That'd be such a Chad move if he is.
And then him and Islam are just dabbing each other up, dude.
Dude,
it'd be some pretty hard pictures.
Well,
right?
He said, Zoran did. This shit's gonna be crazy. I saw, he said like he's gonna arrest Benjamin Netanyahu day one if he comes into New York City because he's like, he has like he's a war criminal, and that's not me saying that. He has an arrest warrant from the international court or whatever. And then somebody was like, yeah, some New York representative who's like pro-Israeli was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight Benjamin Netanyahu day one on Zoran's first day. And it's like, dude, you could do the funniest thing right now, bro. Like, yeah, dude, he's gonna dap up Islam. He's doing it for Palestine, bro. That's what he's doing it for. Islam Makhachev, though, he's doing it for the people of Dagestan. All right, this man. I mean, you can argue whether or not he's pound for pound number one. At the very least, he's top
him
3.
or Ilia Topuria, bro.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, he's 27-1, has not lost in 10 years. Coming off the win over Renato Moicano, crazy to say out loud, but coming off a win over Renato Moicano. Thank Armand Sarukian for injuring his neck like 2 days before the fight. So what are you gonna do? It is what it is. Yeah, man, but still, the lightweight resume is still pretty excellent. Dan Hooker, Bobby Green, Charles Oliveira, Volk twice, Poirier, Moicano. Then also had previously beaten a young Armand Sarukian as well. But he's moving up. He's moving up to welterweight. Take on JDM, Jack Della Maddalena. 29 years young, 19-2 is the record. beat Bilal Muhammad to win the gold. And now here we are, man. This fight is so like dude, allergies are kicking my ass.
I was about to
today.
say,
Jesus,
right?
Oh my god. God damn. Anyways, this fight is so 50-50 for me personally. And it's one of those ones where if you would have asked me, obviously the way he beat Bilal Muhammad had such a big impact on this, but you know, for the most of this build, I was kind of thinking like, you know, Islam's probably just gonna go in there and do Islam shit, you know? The closer I get to the fight, I tell the face off and like JDM looks bigger than him still. You know what I mean? Like Islam's a huge 155er. I wasn't really sure how the weight's gonna look.
Dude, he's taking creatine now, though.
Yeah, he's taking because creatine really works.
I mean, it does. It's the most tested supplement.
It does. I'm kidding. I'm sure he's using a lot more than creatine. If you check his USADA history, but nonetheless, Islam, please don't fuck me up. That's a joke.
He might.
Yeah, he might. You know what? But it won't matter though, because you know I'll see him coming. He's in minus 275 on BetMGM. Jack Della Maddalena come back to plus 220. I'm very back and forth on this fight. Give me your thoughts personally. How you feel in mid of fight week now?
I'm conflicted, right? I mean, we got to see how Islam does with the extra weight on. You know, he certainly isn't a he doesn't have like a crazy engine. You know, we've seen him fights him. I mean, obviously with high output. You know, obviously against elite competition as well. Slow down a little bit in those final rounds. We saw it with Volk. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's another fight with Dustin too. Even a little bit there. We kind of saw him. There was some slight fading, but granted, I mean, it's these guys at this elite level, and they're putting on a pace, and he's also putting quite a bit of work, also wrestling a lot, and then obviously getting punched drains you as well. And then how is that going to affect him? You know, how are the punches going to affect him? How is he going to handle these harder punches at this weight class? You know, how is he going to adjust? How is he going to look? Is he going to be that much stronger? Is he going to have more pop in these hands? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because JDM, dude, for all the, you know, like at 170, like he can fucking crack, dude. Like he has pop at 170. And it's not like we haven't seen Islam get one punched into the face down to the floor, you know? Maybe
or perhaps one head kicked,
maybe JDM will take some inspiration there, maybe be able to replicate something that happened there several years ago, maybe get another flash knockout like that again. Wouldn't that be insane against Islam?
That'd be insane. Yeah.
And then as far as JDM, I mean, we've seen the improvements in the wrestling. We've seen some of the techniques that are being done now. Some of the stuff where these guys are threatening throws off some of these attempts that you guys are doing to drop these guys to the ground. Obviously, a lot of work with Craig Jones. I mean, especially these guys in Oceania have really tried to dial in and progress something to beat these guys out in Dagestan. Look, I'm gonna go with the safe pick here. I could be absolutely fucking wrong, and we come back here in a week and we're like, holy shit, JDM is the truth. He just defended his title against Islam Makhachev, the pound for pound guy. Mm-hmm. Or we come back next week and we're like, holy fuck, Islam is still that fucking guy. He just won his second title. Yeah. Where is he in the all-time conversation? Ilia Topuria matchup at 170. Ilia chasing a third title weight, like a third title at a different weight class. Like that's gonna be a whole nother fucking conversation. Yeah. But for now, I'm gonna say Islam. I'm gonna go decision. If it's a submission, I think it's late.
Okay. I agree with everything you said. And I really wanted to come in here and pick JDM just for the memes, just to be like, yeah, just for the hype of it.
But you're like,
but the more I think about it, like I do think JDM's gonna go in there, and I think he's gonna show flashes. I think he's gonna put the pressure on him. I think he's gonna try and get him back behind that black line, try and force a shot out of him. And he has really good cardio, man. I mean, for a guy that hadn't really fought 5 rounds, you saw it against Bilal Muhammad. He was pushing that pace deep in the fight. Still had solid takedown defense. But also, we can be honest with ourselves. How much do you think Bilal Muhammad at like 36, 37 now? Like, was it just at the right time, finding a guy in Leon Edwards, a perfect style matchup, the perfect moment? And we know, if we're being honest here, we know he's not as good of a grappler as Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev is just a one of one. And that's not to be rude to Bilal Muhammad. I like Bilal a lot, you know? Like, that's just the reality of them, though, man. I mean, Islam has been able to suffocate everybody he's faced and some incredible grapplers.
I will say, how do you feel about the fact that, though, that leading up to Bilal's last 2 fights, this was the guys he was training with, though?
And that's kind of the other side of it. I think that helps Islam even more. Like he's been in the gym with Bilal. Like he's presumably served as a training partner, trying to emulate certain things that like he's been that close with him. So he I'm sure like the team's already done research on JDM because this is the second straight camp that they're going to have against him.
Also, Coach Habib, man. Coach Habib
is
he's not gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna bullshit.
He said that he's like, I'm going to be around for Islam, Umar, and Usman. And once those guys are done, I'm out, But until then, I'm going to be right there with them. It's like, God, dude, what a savage.
Dude, the end of Eagle MMA when it comes, it'd be so sad.
Well, and it's the most dominant MMA team of all time. I mean, I you can make a case for like Prime AKA, I think, but that's the only other one, in my opinion. Because Prime AKA had like Luke, Kane, and DC.
What about Prime City Kickboxing? I mean, granted, though, it kind of falls off with KKF and Dan Hooker, though.
That's exactly it. Like, the only reason to say AKA is they had 3 champs at one time in like the most stacked divisions of the time. Like heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight were all stacked in the 2010s, so that's my reasoning. But yeah, I think Eagle MMA, its current iteration, is like the greatest team of all time. I mean, what's the record? It's something like 96-4. Something just insane.
I mean, that's an interesting topic. I do wonder if you ask the internet, like, guys, what is the greatest MMA team of all time? I mean, granted, you could probably go off champions historically and all that stuff like that.
And I do think like you have to do it like window, like a 5-year window or something like that for it to make sense.
Or what MMA gym had the best peak?
I think Jackson Wink, they're another one you can throw in there. They had Rashad, they had John, they had Alistair Overeem. Like they had a bunch of guys for a while there. So regardless, I'm taking Islam Makhachev. I really wanted to pick JDM, but I just can't do it, man. The more I think about it, it's like,
how does he get it done, Joe?
How does he get it done? I think Islam's going to win probably by submission. I think probably late. I think he's going to finish him, though. I think he's going to try and get him out of there because Islam, you see like the finish. For a long time, I could play with Islam. I felt like he doesn't really go for the finish. Like he felt like he was a little bit safer.
I have an interesting take. I think JDM's only way to win this matchup is by KO.
No, I completely agree with you.
I don't think he can beat him in a decision. And if he does,
oh my God, right?
And I don't think he submits him unless it's he already got him hurt and then he locks in a choke.
Yeah, I mean this is the way.
And even then, that would still be like,
yeah. This is the way I see it playing out. Like I think he's gonna, like I said, put the pressure on him and try and get it behind the black line, try and force a shot out of him. And I think the fight's gonna play out like that. He's gonna put the pressure on. He's probably gonna do better on the feet for most of the fight, but Islam just stays on him like a blanket. He's just gonna, like round 1, just get a hold of him and then just slowly start draining that gas tank, slowly start breaking him down, and then get into the championship round, maybe round 4, round 5, block up a Darce, block up a guillotine, something like that. Because I agree with you. I think the only way JDM wins is by knockout. I think back to the Gilbert Burns fight where Gilbert Burns had like 12 minutes of ground control, but JDM just needed to get up with that into that 3rd round and lay into the flying knee because he's that explosive, And Gilbert Burns is like levels below Islam Makhachev as far as wrestling.
And at that point, already kind of like an aftermarket version of it.
Correct.
Or a lesser version of Gilbert.
And that was a 27-year-old JDM. Like, you can argue that, like, yeah, like he's improved a lot. And I think he has improved a lot. But, he's really only faced a couple grapplers. And I feel like I've not been that impressed with his wrestling. There's the fact that Team Habib has had two straight training camps of preparing for JDM. I think there's a lot going on the side of Islam Makhachev, so I'm going to go ahead and take him. I do think JDM could shock us all this weekend, though.
So all those guys have had like a really active year, by the way. Islam, Umar.
Yeah. I mean, the second fight of the year for Islam. Yeah.
Usman too.
Yeah, Usman. Yeah. We'll see though. I mean, I love the fight. I would not be surprised at all if JDM pulled off the upset, but I'm oddly just as interested in the co-main event. Like,
what do you mean oddly? You should be.
Because
this is the biggest fight in women's MMA that you could. This is the biggest fight in women's MMA and. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
what was the last time you could? It was a fight that was comparable to this significance to the fight game. You know what I mean?
Maybe Nunes Pena 2 or something. Like just because that was a big fight because of the upset.
Yeah,
but that was 2021.
Dude, you gotta go back to 2021. You could even go farther back than that.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, I agree with you.
Before that, what, Cyborg Nunes maybe?
Cyborg Nunes, or maybe Joanna Shevchenko was big at the time because that was for the inaugural flyweight belt.
What year was that?
2018, 2019.
What year was Cyborg Nunes?
That was December 2019
I mean, dude, think about
December 2018.
I mean, look how far we're looking back, though. You know what I mean?
Make a good point.
This is what like. You know, I mean, Grasso Shev also relevant, right?
I mean that trilogy.
But I mean, big. As like the magnitude, the importance, the historical significance, where these gals rank in all time, like this shit is fucking huge. I mean, this is on par with if Ilia Topuria, Islam Makhachev comes to fruition, in my opinion.
Well, because let's just say it: pound for pound number 1 versus pound for pound number 2. Valentina Shevchenko, the pound for pound of women's greatest fighter on the planet. we know the story, man. She's the 125 GOAT at this point. You can make a case she's top 3 of all time. I feel like wins over Manafaro, Alexa Grasso, just got drawn. I mean, Giovanni on Jacek, Juliana Pena.
To put it lightly, any name in the flyweight division you can think of, she's probably competed against in some capacity.
Too. Yeah, I mean, she in multiple division like relevancy, like she's so good, and she obviously lost the title to Grasso back in 2023 whenever Mexican MMA was having such a hot moment, and they had 3 champs at one time.
God, when are we gonna get back to that, guys?
I know, dude. That shit was so fun for like a year, you know?
You know what's funny? Then they had like some talent to come in, but none of them really have gone through and been able to make like massive waves either, which is heartbreaking.
I just can't get past the fact that we have 3 MMA champions and they did no UFC in Vegas. Like, I just...
They should at least did it in like Southern California.
San Antonio like they did this year. Like something
like
that.
So
like,
something like that.
Whatever.
Chirac.
I don't... Yeah, Chirac. Anyways, shout out Shevchenko, who's won 2 in a row, taking on Zhang Weili. I mean, we've been on the Zhang Weili train for about as long as you could possibly be on that motherfucker.
Day one, to be honest.
Day ones. She's won 5 in a row. Reclaimed the gold in November 2022 by just murdering Carlos Esparza. Since then, she dominated Amanda Lemos. She dominated Yan Chanan, like 50-43 Tatiana Suarez. Like, she's just looked so impressive. On the feet, on the mat. She's 36, but she still looks in her prime. Shevchenko also 37. It's kind of weird, but we talked before about
they got like similar builds, by the way. 5'5", 5'4", 65.5 reach Shev, 63 range Weili.
On paper, it's a very close fight. According to the current line from our friends over at BetMGM, Shevchenko a -135, Zhang Weili a +110. Angel, give me your thoughts.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I legitimately don't know. I mean, in my opinion, this matchup is so tight. I feel like a lot of Weili's improvements on the ground, like if Weili didn't have the improvements she's made on the ground now, I think this fight would lead Shev's side, especially because Shev has shown a lot of good stuff there, and even you've seen it in the last 2 fights.
Yeah.
In the stand-up, obviously, Shev great, but she's lost there now and can win there as well. But now she's also facing someone who's very formidable on the feet, dude. Weili, I mean, she's fast, lightning quick, dangerous in the clinch. Shev, also dangerous in the clinch, great elbows. Probably a better kicking game out of Shev, I'd say. I think that's probably like one advantage that I can clearly see. I mean, Weili has good kicks, but I don't know if they're as good as Shev's. I mean, I don't know if you would agree with me there, but if I had to give like
I would agree.
A clear advantage in one department, it'd probably be that. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. I hope this shit's wild as fuck. I hope this fight is fight of the year, maybe fight of the decade. Hopefully we can lean that way. I'm so excited for it. Honestly, I'm going to see this because I'm a Weili Glazer, so I'm going to go Weili. And also, and she's coming up the weight class, man. I just kind of want to see it happen. I think it'd be kind of cool. If Shev wins here, fucking awesome for her. I feel like she's missed, like, her getting a big win over, like, another divisional female, like, great is very important to her because she didn't get that against Amanda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She has it over Holly, which is good. But I feel like the value of a Weili win on her resume would mean so much to her. And also for Weili, how much would that like increase her profile and put her like all time in the females rankings? Like that is going to give her a lot. And then on top of that, 2-weight champion, man, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, it's an insane fight. This is peak. This is the peak of the women's fight game right here. It doesn't get any better to this. We joke about being MMA feminists, but let me tell you this. If you're an MMA feminist, you got to be there for this one, man. You got to be there.
That's a perfect way to say it. Yeah, man. MMA feminists, rise up this week, boys. I love this fight. I agree with almost everything you said, but man, I'm getting flashbacks. Obviously, it's not a 1-to-1 because she had just lost a belt. I'm getting flashbacks to when Jessica Andrade came up. And Jessica Andrade at that point was a killer. She had just lost a belt at 115. It was her first fight up at 125. I was like, dude, this is just such a like Andrade was probably like, I don't know, but had to be pound for pound 10 of that in the top 10, top 5 at that point. And Shevchenko just went there and fucked up the whole thing. Like she used her size. She's a seasoned 125er. She knows she's bigger, and you can only still prepare so much in the gym for fighting like the best 125er on the planet. And you know,
I need to see this face off. I think this face off is gonna be big too.
And that's another big part of it too. We have no idea how the size is actually gonna compare. But it's so hard for me to pick against Valentina Shevchenko. I really thought after she lost to ELYXR, And even in the rematch,
there's no bad answer here.
Yeah, I agree. And like, so she lost to Grasso, and I was like, and then she had the rematch where I kind of chalked up the first loss to Grasso. I was like, okay, she did that dumb kick shit that she does, where she throws a spinning kick from 7,000 miles away, and she ended up getting taken down. The rematch was more like, to me, like I didn't think Grasso was that good. And Shevchenko, like, it went to a draw, and did Shevchenko deserve the win? Maybe, but like, it was still a really, really close fight. And I was like, okay, maybe she is actually starting to like get washed. Then she rebounded. She's rebounded with 2 excellent performances. I think Sean Weili's going to bust her up on the feet, but I think Shevchenko is going to maybe ride out a decision here. Take her down a couple times.
I think the most shocking thing would be coming out of this fight if it was one-sided anyway.
I agree. I think it's going to be competitive no matter what.
I mean, if it did end up being settled on the Shevin, I mean, you could probably argue because of the weight change mainly, but even then, I think it's still be shocking because I feel like these girls are like, I mean, they're super, like, the matchup is insanely close. Like, I genuinely think these gals, I mean, skill for skill are like neck and neck. Like, I don't see like someone having like a big advantage in your region. Like I said, if Weili hadn't improved her ground game as much as she has to where it is at now, I feel like you could, like I said, you could have leaned that way with Shev. But I mean, dude, I'm fucking picking the straws here where I'm saying Shev's kicks are better than Weili.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like we're into the weeds on this now.
Yeah, like you're gonna have to get in some deeper analysis. I'm definitely gonna have to listen to some people talk about this fight, some fighters, because I actually do genuinely wonder what they're thinking and what deficiencies they're picking out and who they're picking. Because I actually don't know, like, who's the public picking for that? Have you looked? Like, I actually don't know who people are picking.
I don't know. I'm not up to date on it. I just know the betting line is super close, which kind of shows, you know what I mean? Like
and that's good. Yeah. That's good.
And look, I mean, I love Weili, dude. I would be so happy if Weili won. Genuinely, I think Weili is one of the, like you try to not care too much for the character fighters because it's the fight game, but like John Weili is one of the sweetest people in MMA, like just by far, by a country mile. Okay, not to say that Shevchenko is not, but you get what I'm saying here. Like she's easy to root for. I'm gonna pick Shevchenko.
She was like maybe not all American, but like badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I agree with you. I like Zhang Weili a lot. I think she could pull this off. In fact, I think it's gonna be It's gonna be a close 3-2, 4-1 decision either way. You know what I mean?
If it's a finish, it's gonna be some insane shit.
Yeah, I could see shit, but like I don't know, man. I think back to Zhang Weili's history, and it's like her grappling looks improved, but like her grappling looks improved against like Amanda Lemos in the corpse of Tatiana Suarez, who like still had good takedowns, but didn't have the gas tank anymore. And like when she gets on top, she doesn't do that much. Shevchenko like will get a takedown and she'll move to side control. She'll get to that crucifix immediately. Like she's always active on the mat. Except for that trilogy with Grasso. But look, we all have bad nights. Yeah, man, I'm gonna take Shevchenko. I think it's gonna be close either way though. This next one. Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. Sean Brady, you can argue Sean Brady already deserved a title shot, having, won 3 in a row, Kevin Gastelum, Gilbert Burns, Leon Edwards, and that Leon one where he just dominated Leon. But look, welterweight's a bit of a logjam right now, so he's going to be taking on the 18-0 Michael Morales. Hits very, very hard. Knocked out Gilbert Burns in a round last time out. Knocked out Neil Magny. A lot of finishes under the resume. Current betting line, according to our friends over at BetMGM. Sean Brady coming back as a -145. Michael Morales, a +120. Another very close betting line. In fact, if you look at all the main card fights, they're all pretty close, which kind of shows the depth of this card. Give me your thoughts on this one, man. Can Michael Morales pull off the upset, the 26-year-old out of Ecuador?
Can he? Yes. Will he?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say no. Ooh. And that's only because I don't know how the ground game is. Now, granted, if he's able to stop these takedowns and keep it on the feet, I mean, it's going to be Morales' wheelhouse all day. But with how good Brady's looked, how hungry he is, he doesn't need to take his fight. He's putting his ranking at risk here. He's putting a lot on the line here. He must have some level of confidence, or he must see some holes in the game where he sees a win. So, I mean, I could only imagine that's why he decided to take this matchup. And from Morales, I mean, look, you got to risk it. You got to take chances. He's 26. He's young. There's so much time. I mean, dude, more than 10 years left in his career, potentially. A loss here is not detrimental to him, where a loss here to Brady is a very big setback and can slow him and get really, it'll be like another year of rebuilding to get to the title, maybe 2, Mm-hmm. And especially in a division that's so deep, like a loss here is very bad for Brady. A win here is perfect. He'd be right in there in position to potentially get a title shot. So yeah, I'm going to go Brady here. I think if he gets it down, he should be able to go in, maybe pound it out, maybe get a submission. Not sure, though. Morales is a tall guy. I'm sure he's going to be difficult to get down. And he seems decently athletic, dude. And he's got pop. I mean, just that. I mean, the guy is a menace on the feet. I wouldn't be shocked if Morales won. I'd be shocked if he like submitted Brady or took Brady down himself and did something on the ground like that. But for me, I mean, this is clear. This is either going to be Brady finishing it on the ground in some capacity or getting a dominant decision over him, I think. Or this would be a hard fought fight from Michael Morales where he's stopping several takedowns, getting out, circling out, keeping it in the center, breaking down Brady, punching him to the body, kicking him to the legs, and breaking him down and maybe trying to look for some sort of mid to late finish, maybe earlier if he's able to damage him early. But he has a tall task in front of him.
Yeah. I completely agree with everything you said there. I think Sean Brady, I'm going to take him as well. For me, it's kind of a more simplified reasoning. Michael Morales, we have not seen him have to face a grappler of this caliber. There aren't many guys that, to be clear, there's like only a few guys who are a grappler, the capability of Sean Brady. That's one of the reasons I kind of want to see him win and also Islam win this weekend, because I think some of the exchanges between those two could be pretty insane. Yeah, for me, it's pretty simple. I just don't think we've seen Michael Morales face somebody like that. Sean Brady has a great chin. On the feet, could Michael Morales catch him? Absolutely, especially considering the fact that Bilal Muhammad tuned him up once. And I mean, Jesus Christ, I mean, Sean Brady made Bilal look like Roy Jones.
By the way, just 72.5 reach for Sean Brady, 79 for Morales.
That changes things a little bit, but I still think Sean Brady's going to shoot for his life anyway. So if he's on the feet for any substantial amount of time,
oh, so you're a wrestler now?
Yeah, literally, dude. Like, he can't let you get close. Michael Morales, you can't let him get close. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm going to go and take Sean Brady though. I'm excited for it. Leon Edwards taking on Carlos Prates. Solid strikers matchup here. If Leon Edwards has anything left, we're going to see it here against a guy Carlos Prates who does hit hard, but leaves himself open. We saw Ian Machado Gary have success. We've seen other guys have success against him. Can Leon finally pull it together, man? He's lost a few in a row. He's looking like, he lost that fight to obviously Bilal, and he had some success, but didn't do it. He didn't do enough until it was too late. That Sean Brady fight, he looked like a deer in headlights. He's 34 now. Can he pull it off?
I mean, it's a hard fight. I mean, it's two guys, a heavy technician in Leon. I mean, for what it's worth, Leon doesn't throw like any spinning stuff like that. He fights a very grounded fight, stand-up style, and that bladed stance. Prates, a little bit more different. Will definitely use the elbows, get in the clinch, throw knees, grab the head, throw knees, and like I say, throw a spinning elbow, spinning kicks. You're not going to see that with Leon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be more, simple punches, 1, 2s, 3s, going to the body, kicks, highs, lows, setups. I mean, two very distinct stand-up styles. I'm going to go with the technician. I think I'm going to shock people here. I like Prates here. I could be absolutely wrong. I feel like we have a guy here who likes to build stuff up in a fight, and we have a guy here who likes going after things and chasing things and looking and wanting to get a finish in these specific ways. I feel like Leon might catch him in something. I could be absolutely wrong. This fight's going to be... This is the most intriguing technical matchup out of all of them, without a doubt, for me. Stylistically, the most interesting to me. I mean, and then it's hard to, because I mean the main card's, I mean the whole card's fucking great. It's hard to decide. All these fights, they all intrigue me in some capacity. This might end up being fight of the I think pay-per-view of the year, or at least card of the year, because of the way it's constructed. But I'm gonna lean Leon here. But I don't know.
It's like, we know Leon Edwards is actually a plus 155 underdog. Carlos Prates coming in is a minus 200 favorite. This fight pisses me off because it's like Leon Edwards just pisses me off in general, because it's like, I know how good you are, Leon. Like, I've seen it with my own eyes. I saw it in that win streak. Leon, I was calling for you to get that title shot years before you got it, brother. And then whenever you did it, you did it. You did it for me, man. I know he did it in his heart and his soul. He's like, Josh in Kansas City is like, damn, dude. Like, he's got my back for these years. And then he went out there and knocked out Kamaru Usman, and then he defended the belt multiple times. He beat the shit out of Colby Covington, dominated Kamaru in the rematch. And then it's just like, I can even excuse the Bilal loss, right? Because Bilal, he came out like a house on fire, and Leon rallied back, nearly finished him in the 5th, but he couldn't get him out. I can excuse that one. The Sean Brady fight is just like, man, he might just be washed. We're gonna find out here if Leon Edwards is washed, because Leon Edwards, when he's at his full potential, I think he could not easily outpoint Carlos Prates, but I think he could absolutely stay out of danger, land some solid kicks, try and take those legs out from underneath him, stay on the outside.
And honestly, it might not be it might not be like the funnest fight either.
It might not. Like, and if Leon Edwards does everything right, it won't be that fun of a fight. It'll be a solid technician fight, I'm gonna take Leon Edwards because I think he can do it. But would I be surprised at all if Leon Edwards goes out there and is just, shitting his pants and Carlos Pratos lands a huge bomb, catches him off guard? No, not at all. So I'm going to take Leon because I know he can win this. I think he should win this. I think Leon Edwards is so good. It's just sometimes the mental aspect is a bigger thing for certain guys than others, and you could tell it's a very big thing for Leon. So if his mentality's right, I think he wins this one. This is such a banger to open up the main card. I mean, Jesus Christ.
It feels like this fight already should have happened.
Yeah.
But it hasn't. It's happening now.
Beneil Dariush, who somehow is only 36 years old. I feel like I've been watching Beneil Dariush fight since I was like a child, but he's only 36, still ranked. He's going to be taking on Benoit Saint-Denis, 29 years young. And I mean, we know the story with him. Came in really, really hot, got a bunch of wins, had a lot of finishes, lost to Poirier, which I think most people excuse. Then he got dominated by Moicano. He's like, oh, that's kind of rough. But he's won 2 in a row, no offense to Kyle, Pre-Pollock or whatever, but I mean, that was,
But the one after that, though.
Mauricio Huffy was a huge win. You talk about getting all the momentum back, but we hadn't really seen
Hoofy tested like that on the ground, and there was questions about that.
About the grappling specifically, and then he went through him like butter, so it's kind of like, okay.
And he exposed that. Now he's fighting a guy who has good grappling.
And a good gas tank.
And has pop in his hands. Can certainly get finished. I mean, a guy to match, like, they literally, I'm not going to say that they fight the same way, but there's some parallels there.
I absolutely agree.
There's some parallels there. And I don't know what the fuck that means for the fight itself.
Yeah.
But I hope it means fucking chaos.
And I think it will. I mean, BSD has never been in a boring fight. Not a single fight he's in the UFC has been boring. So I expect this to be entertaining. And I honestly, like, it feels like one of those things where it's like, I think if Beneil Dariush was 30 instead of 36 and did not have, like, people forget he had like he sat out for like a year because he had brain trauma after getting knocked out by Sarduki, and it was a whole thing. If that's not the case, I'm picking it without a doubt because I think he like neutralizes almost everything BSD does well. He's solid technically. He has great grappling in his own right. It's way better gas tank. He's a veteran. He has that veteran savvy. But he is 36, and he did miss over a year of his career due to brain trauma. And there are questions. I'm gonna take BSD, but very, very hesitantly. I think Dariush, it's such a 50-50, man. But I'm going to take BSD. What do you think?
I'm in the same boat. Also, dude, we need some new blood, man. We genuinely do. And
oh, yeah.
Granted, though, wouldn't it be the most Beneil Dariush thing for him to beat BSD here?
It really would. It'd be so
Beneil. Stick around.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't hate on him for it, good, but it's like...
It's like, man, could somebody break through here?
Well, that's the thing, too, dude. Like I said, there's an issue at 55 now where it's like the old guard is just, they hold their place. And until they fucking retire, that's when they go. I mean, think about Dustin Poirier.
I was literally about to say, Dustin's the prime example of, like...
He was there the whole time. It wasn't until he retired where, bam, he was finally out of the rankings.
Exactly. Finally out of the top 5, whatever. Just engaged.
And granted, I'm not saying we should always beat these guys into... retirement. Get him out of the ranking.
You don't need to do the UC method of 43-year-old Shogun Hui, you want to fight 19-2, like in the guy we talked about last week, Ukrainian.
Fucking.
I think there's a difference.
Andre Arlovsky versus Paulo Cortez Costa.
Yeah, there's a, and by the way, Andre won a round too. By the way, Andre Arlovsky, 46 years old, winning his boxing debut this past week.
Yeah, he just iced him, dude.
Oh my god, dude! I don't know who that guy was. Do you know who that is?
No,
I don't know either. But
you just iced that mofo.
Iced him, dude. I love Andre. Dude, Andre Arlovsky, 46, 3-0 this year. He won in dirty boxing, he won in BKFC, and he won in boxing.
Arlovsky still getting paid, by the way.
Dude, let's go.
Arlovsky been about that money for real.
Dude, yeah, he found a lot. Remember when he was getting knocked? When you first start watching MMA, he was getting knocked out every fight.
Unfortunately,
and then he's found his chin repaired itself, and now he hasn't been finished in he hasn't been knocked out in 5 or 6.
Then he commented on our YouTube video, shout out to Pitbull,
dude. Shout out to Pitbull, man. That's right, I forgot about that. Yeah, shout out to Pitbull, man. Huge fan.
I wonder what I do wonder this. It's not like I'll ever really know, but I do wonder what that fucker's lifetime earnings are. I mean, it's in the millions for sure.
I would hope so. I mean, yeah, it has to be.
How many millions?
He made at least $1 million from Affliction. So yeah.
How many millions? I don't know. 5? You think so? Maybe 10 is 10 is high.
In the ballpark of 5 to 6, I'd say.
8 on the high end, maybe. On the high end, I said.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I think it comes down to
You
how
think
much
the
he was
government of
making.
Belarus did not give that man some money?
I think it comes down to how much he was making in his final fights. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. We never found.
Probably like 100K max. You know, these fuckers, 150.
But I don't know though, because remember they had like washed over him was still making like 800 grand up until the end. Same thing
what?
Mark Hunt was making like 600 grand. Like they gave a lot of those big heavyweights in the 2010s like insane deals, because like they were such big draws at the time. But anyways,
I'm sure I'm sure those guys they probably had to renegotiate and they brought him down.
In the case of Orlovsky, who like fought one top 15 guy in the past like 5 years before he ended up being released, which is Tom Aspinall. Also,
I could have seen though those bastards giving Orlovsky like 80 and 80 though at the end.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but that's why I don't know for sure. But anyways, we'll move down to the prelims. Bo Nickel, hold up over here. Like I said earlier, I was gonna say this at the start of the show.
This fight is another fight that we felt that should have happened earlier on in the Bo Nickel saga.
I think the Bo Nickel saga, like I think he could still rebound because Renee Ritter is just that was honestly like too much too soon. You know what I mean? Like if you look at Bo Nickel's resume, like I understand, like everybody wanted him to come in here and just immediately like become a champ, and he's gonna beat Hamzat. But then it's like you look at his record, who like Paul Craig in one of the worst fights I've ever seen, Cody Brundage, who unranked, not very good, Val Woodburn not in the UFC, Jimmy Pickett not in the UFC anymore, and a couple of Contender Series guys. Like
he was completely untested. I mean,
we were riding off potential. You know,
it was, and I told you this several times. Like my thing was, if I was Bo Nickel, Bo Nickel should have been having 2 to 3 fights each year since he got into UFC, continuous build up, looking for like having like I'll say cherry picking fights, but not in the way of like he's just gonna run through these guys. Like cherry picking fights in the sense of like, okay, this seems like the correct next step. Yeah. What's the next step up from here? Because no matter what. With his talents, what we know, more likely than not, he would have got to the rankings fast. But the thing is, you had to ease him there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They did not do that. They wanted him to go from 0 to 100 real quick, and it backfired so fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think he got pushed too much too soon. I think we're riding off just like solely the potential. But now, I mean, this is a good matchup. It's a matchup probably should have happened before. Like, honestly, Renee Ritter is just so good. That was such a big step.
Like I said, which is pissing me off. I mean, this guy's 29. He's turning 30 in 2 months. Like, he should have way more fights.
They should have, honestly, I should have done the Mike Tyson method. Get this motherfucker in there. Like you said, every 2 months, literally. I give him an unranked guy and just let him keep on developing. Because when you have a guy of this high skill level.
Maybe not even that, but they should have just been giving him continuous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't have to, I'm not being serious with the Mike Tyson. Nobody would fight 6 times a year like he did back when he first started, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, man, I like that fight. I also like Romakopolov, Gregor Rodriguez. Strikers delight, man. I love that fight. How about a rematch between Aaron Blanchfield and Tracy Cortez? I was in attendance for their first fight in Invicta all the way back in 2019. Aaron Blanchfield was 19 years old, lost a split decision. I thought she won. I think she's gonna win this Saturday. Get that loss back. At that point, like, she would have to probably the winner of this title fight, right? Like, who else would it? You know, maybe Natalia Silva, but that'd be the only other option.
No, you're probably right here.
Yeah. Malcolm Wallmaker, Cody Haddon. I like Malcolm Wallmaker.
I mean, he's been kind of one of the breakout rookie of the years here for us,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, really fun kid, man. Really fun kid at 135. Kyle Dawkins, Gerald Mishart. Kyle Dawkins, like, kind of riding like a low key fun story, man. Like, had all that potential years ago. Got released, went back to the regional scene, and we've talked this. We respect the shit out of guys who do this. Stay working, won 4 in a row, came back on short notice, and knocked out Michelle Pahey in a round. Like, that was a really good win.
By the way, in that fight, I was pushing for people to pick him because he was plus money, baby.
Yeah,
that was the easiest plus money. I should have bet the house on that fight. I should have bet the goddamn house on that fight, man. That was that was the easiest money right there. That was Money Moicano, show me the money right there.
Literally, dude, literally. How about Pat Sabatini, Chepe Mariscal? I love me some Chepe Mariscal, man.
Machine gun Chepe Mariscal right there, dude.
Love it, man.
That's
Pat
MMA.
Puts lots of bangers too. So.
That's MMA boner right there.
Dude, literally. That's going on the t-shirt, man.
By the way, I have opinions about this next fight.
Angela Hill, Fatima Klein, hit me with it.
Can you pull up the line for me on this one?
Current line from our friends over at BetMGM, if I could find it somewhere. It's not on the normal. Fatima Klein minus 500. Angela Hill plus 375. A 5-1 favorite. Fatima Klein. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't feel.
This gives me, not saying it's the same, Roxanne Modafferi, Macy Barber vibes.
I don't disagree with you at all. Because
look, don't get me wrong. Fatima Klein, very, very young. The talent is there. It's very early. She lost to Jasmine Jadazivis, who fought Manny Ferraro just this year, right?
Correct. Got dominated.
Who got knocked out. Crazy. That was her first loss. She beat Victoria Dukova. Good win. And then she beat Melissa Martinez, who should probably be an atom weight in a small for the weight class with a head kick. Nice. For all of Angela's struggles, and how she's almost at a 50 record, I kind of feel like she's kind of getting disrespected here.
Well, yeah, I mean, the reason why she's almost at a 50-50 record is because she's been in the UFC for her entire career fighting top 15 gals.
Also, some of the split decisions she should have got the nod on.
Definitely. Some of those were really, really bad too. I mean, she lost back-to-back. I remember that back-to-back to Claudia Gadelha and Michelle Waters.
I mean, she's a crafty vet. I mean, I'm not saying bet the house on this.
No, not at all. But I see your point. I think she's going to go in there and give her a tough fight.
I think she's like a sneaky underdog here.
Dude, the one thing you could say about Angela Hill is she's never looked out of place, whether it's a top 15 girl, a top 5 girl, or an unranked girl. Like, if she's going to be in there with you, she's going to give it her all. She's going to steal a round or two. She's going to, even whenever she came in, straight out of Invicta, I remember.
And look, I could be totally wrong here. Fatima Klein might come in here and do some crazy shit. I mean, if she ices Angela Hill, that's a completely different story.
Exactly. But Angela Hill has not been finished since 2019.
God, hopefully you didn't just curse her.
I really hope not. I love Angela Hill, bro. I mean, overkill. I mean, come on, dude. Who doesn't like Angela Hill? If you don't like Angela Hill, then fuck you. It's that simple. No, but I do think that betting line is a little bit crazy. Got to show some more respect than that. Bayan Sudskov taking on Eric McConaughey. You want to tell about the kids about our guy Bayan Sur here?
I mean, what is there to say? I mean, this is the homeboy who literally fought on 3-4 days notice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
After winning on the contender
notice, and then choked out Eric Nolan. Eric Nolan's not even a bad guy either, and just went through him like it was nothing. Big fan of this kid right here, and Eric McConaughey. I mean, 10-3. I mean, I don't know how much of a test he's really going to provide, but this Russian cat 10-0. I like him a lot. And then also Visha Borshev taking on Matej Kimolo, open up the card. Neither one of these guys ranked, but should be a fun fight at the very least. Borshev does put on a show.
I mean, Slava Claus. Who doesn't like Slava Claus?
Dude, literally, if you don't like Slava Claus, then fuck you. Same thing I said earlier. Anyways, man. Probably go ahead and move on because that's all we got for you. That's the entire UFC 322 card.
That's your MMA recap.
That's your MMA recap. That's your MMA preview. That's your MMA boner. Last.
Your MMA boner.
The only real news we have. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. We talked about last week how the Jake Paul fight fell apart, and I was like, I'm kind of done with Jake Paul. Unless you fight somebody like Anthony Joshua, I'm not going to care. And I kind of spoke that one into existence.
Did you manifest it?
I've been praying for a long time. I feel like it's like the meme of oh my god, Shinya Aoki after he won a fight and he was like, I've had enough. Life is full of suffering or some shit.
Holy shit!
And
most Japanese shit to say.
I know, and he sounds like it just has like the deepest smoker's voice.
Does he have GERD? Is it GERD or is it some more?
It's something like that. It's something.
It has to be a condition, right?
But he does sound like an anime villain, so it's like, what a badass, Jokes aside, Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua in discussions for December on Netflix.
Nothing's official.
Nothing official. It's the right fight.
We haven't heard.
It's the right fight to make.
we haven't heard anything from either side of the camp. Like we haven't heard anything on Joshua's end. We haven't heard anything on Jake's end. We might just be getting fucking bamboozled. But I think they're gonna try to make something, whatever that's gonna be. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't put him past like I said to you before we started filming. I'm like, I could see them being like. Because we've had this before with the Jake Paul stuff. It'll be like, I'm going to fight, this guy. And then it'll come out and be like, actually, it's Jorge Masvidal I'm going to be fighting instead. Or Nate Diaz or something. So, yeah, and Nate Diaz even said this past week that he accepted a fight with Jake Paul.
I'm going to fight Otto Wallin.
Yeah, something like that. Like, that'd be a funny one. Otto Wallin. Where's Danny Williams at, Like,
Robert Helenius.
Robert Helenius, that's another funny one. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll actually happen, but.
Adam Kawanak.
Maybe that's what we actually need. We got to have Adam Kanauki redeem himself.
Babyface Adam Kanauki. Yeah. Dude, I told you that I looked at his Wikipedia a year ago, maybe a half a year ago. Yeah. And it was just sad.
Dude, I cover this stuff for a living, and even I didn't realize it was that bad. I was like, for some reason, in my head, I thought
he was losing nobody's on
he's lost
regional
6
card
in a row.
It's sad. Yeah. At one point, this dude was I was like, dude, Adam Kawanaki, dude.
It's Robert. The whole thing started because he was just. Remember, he was just putting the whoopings on
that first
Robert
fight
Helenius.
was godlike too.
Yeah, he was putting the beatings on Robert Helenius. Robert Helenius just landed one shot, and then he iced him. And I remember everybody thinking oh yeah, he's gonna come back and beat him in the rematch. It's gonna be fun. No man, he lost the chin. He lost everything that night. So pretty rare, but it does happen. Anyways, man, anything else we want to talk about before we go and bounce out of here?
No, I mean, nothing else. I mean, I'm just excited to come back and recap the pay-per-view. Like I say this every single goddamn time.
Yep.
It is so fun to come back and do the recap shows because, like I said, dude, what's going to happen with Islam? Pound for pound? Is he going to fight Ilia Topuria? JDM? Pound for pound? Question mark? Weili, where does she fall on the all-time list if she beats Shev? If Shev wins?
A lot of questions, man.
What is that going to be? Blanchfield, Tracy Cortez, their own storyline. Carlos Prates, Leon Edwards. Does Leon still have it? Did Brady hold down his spot? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z Kai. Nah, just kidding.
And that's all we got. I'm Josh Soundoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _01 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Enjoy the fights this weekend, and we will see you next week. Peace.